Is the C6 Z06 the best track car out the box? Incoming Miata, guys.
I go on good.
This car is so capable, dude. It's crazy.
What up? Welcome to the Xtalgic YouTube channel. I'm Xtalgic. If you're new here and if you're unaware, I have a 2009 C6 Z06. It's basically bone stock aside from an axle back from Corsa. And it's just got a bunch of aesthetic mods, some carbon fiber bits, and obviously a wrap. But other than that, it's bone stock. I have been dying ever since I got this car to get it on track, just to feel how capable it is. And finally, I got the chance. Now, this wasn't a full-blown track day, but you will see very shortly that it kind of turned into that. These were like lead follow laps that my buddy, as a member at this track, invited me out, and as his guest, I'm allowed to go out for lunchtime laps, which is lead follow. But as you're gonna see, I don't know if there was any miscommunication between track personnel or whatever, but there was no lead car. So it was just a full-blown free-for-all, which with a bunch of amateurs with no helmets on track. Like, it was pretty cool. Now, you're gonna see the track footage of me. Typically, I'm more cinematic, but this kind of all happened at once. And if you don't know anything about me, I don't like to show other GoPros and shots. You're gonna see one in my mouth. It is what it is. It kind of all happened too fast. We were kind of rushing to get on track, and I wasn't gonna miss the opportunity to get me behind the wheel of my Z06 on track for the first time. And you're gonna see I'm very nervous. This is also my first car that I ever learned how to drive manual in. I'm hopping in track with no helmet. Rob's by my side, but you're gonna see that, and then we'll come back and talk about how I did and how the car is and all that. But before we get into the track footage, I just want to say our second giveaway is officially over. Our winner is Brad. He bought one t-shirt and won a $6,400 toolbox. Now, I'm not wearing any Xtalgic merch. This is my buddy Coast in California because I'm supporting him. But if you want to be entered for our next giveaway, it's another toolbox. Go to Xtalgic.com, buy some merch. Every dollar that you spend on that merch store gets you 3 entries. Proof of concept, if you buy one t-shirt, you are capable of winning a $6,400 toolbox. Granted, this next toolbox is a little less in value, but go to Xtalgic.com, buy a sticker, $5 gets you entered to win a crazy toolbox. All right, now I'm just gonna let the track footage roll. This is a very tight technical track. It's not the fastest. And again, these were supposed to be lead follows, but there was no lead car, so everybody was just on track, having a good time. This was my first time ever on track in a manual car. I've tracked a bunch of supercars in the past, but you guys are gonna see my first experience behind the wheel of a Z06 on track.
This seat, I can already tell you, sucks.
Oh yeah, the seating is crazy how much that affects it.
As you get closer.
Good shit, that's perfect. The nice thing with Vettes too, the gears are long, so you're not doing a lot of shifting.
Yeah. Are my lines solid or no?
Yeah, you're doing good, man.
Yeah, these seats don't hold you at all.
Downshifting. What are you talking about?
This car is easy. Kind of an easy track, actually.
It is,
yeah.
This track's awesome for like Miata size cars. You're doing good, man. Really? Yeah. Oh my god. You're staying wide, and that's something I don't do very well. Is use the whole track. No one's gonna pass you, so use that whole freaking thing. bracing yourself too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this seat sucks too.
yeah, pretty much the seat is going to be your limiting factor with how hard you can drive the car.
I'll tell you this wheel too.
Yeah,
It's too like smooth.
I gotcha.
There's no grips on it.
Oh shoot, I could have gave you my gloves. Be a gloves help a lot.
Is it a Tesla?
Yeah, I was gonna say you got a Model Y behind you. Shit.
Yeah, brakes are.
How they feel?
They're okay.
Okay.
Because your hands get a little sweaty and there's like no.
Oh yeah, no, I got you.
Nubbies. You gotta learn to be smoother off throttle though. It's easy in a supercar.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you're just flipping paddles around. This is way more fun though.
Oh,
Oh my
100%.
god.
Yeah, it unsettles the car. I feel like they're not. Any pointers or anything?
No, I don't know what to tell you. Shit, man, you're doing better than I do. Yeah. No, you're hitting the apexes good.
A little better off throttle.
This is a spirited lunchtime session too.
I was gonna say
This is
we're
pretty
going-
good. I was gonna say this is that was good. That was nice.
I'm actually hitting my heel toes today. I don't know what's going on.
See, it's just meant to be today, baby.
It's easier on track. It's
This
weird.
is like a normal track day.
Really?
It's spinning, yeah.
We're going more than 65.
Wait, are we supposed to pull off?
What am I doing?
Whatever. Yeah, keep going. I don't know why they pulled off. Because it's weird. We don't have a pace car out here either.
Oh, so the lines that I'm following are.
No, the pace cars are those. They're maroon Lexus LC500s. Yeah, they're not out here. That's why everyone's driving fucking fast. Yep, go wide, good. Yep. It's a big game of bracing yourself with your legs, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad the dead pedal is where it is.
Yeah, you really use the shit out of it. Yeah, this is the most spirited lunchtime session I've ever seen.
I got lucky.
Yeah, you did.
This Tesla's on my ass, like he's fast.
I'm surprised his brakes haven't given out yet.
His car is so capable, dude. It's crazy.
Isn't it a fun track car? It's just nice how you can use it right out of the box.
Yep.
Oh man, they bring the pace car out or something. It seems like they did. Yeah, they must have. I was gonna say, that was the most spirited ever. Yeah, this is usually how it is.
Okay, we're getting a little aggressive.
That was full blown, like how it would normally be. Good shit.
Dude, I'm hitting my heel toes like,
Perfect.
I don't know what's going on. This is not normal.
There's no lurchiness or anything, man. You're doing good. This is awesome. Pick the best day to come here.
The LC500 is a face car?
No, not the norm. Usually it's a maroon one with lights on the top of it. I don't know if it's that they're using that BMW, but they're driving very quickly
try.
It's usually not like this.
Okay.
It's usually like a yawner. Like this has got to be fun, right? Okay, I was gonna say.
A little aggressive for my first time,
Yeah,
but
no shit.
I also don't want to be like super hard on my brakes.
Yeah, no. There's no reason to be. Yeah, it's a good call.
I don't know what's going on with the heel toe stuff.
Dude, they're perfect.
This is
It's
crazy.
like you have rev matching for some reason. Yeah, you were totally full of shit when you said that you couldn't do
I
it.
swear they don't have no.
I'll show you someone who can't do it, okay? They're awful. They're my super. That was good. We have a ZL1 Camaro.
Oh shit, okay.
They had an Evora, but something must have happened to it. It was manual, so I'm pretty sure somebody thrashed the clutch in it right away.
Yep. This way?
Yes.
Holy shit. That was awesome.
That was a hell of a fucking touring session.
Wow.
Alright,
Just popped my cherry. That was fucking awesome.
so we're gonna have to go through the whole pit, and then we're gonna exit out on the left-hand side, kind of like where that guy stands at that red tower.
Holy crap. That was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Holy shit.
And then it's gonna be, you're gonna want to get over after these cones.
Fun, 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 fun.
I'm glad you had
Fun, fun, fun. Oh.
man.
Like, that was riveting. Seriously, like, if you're ever in a
good.
bad fucking mood,
Hopefully,
just go to the track.
right? I know.
Oh my god. What
It's
a
such
fucking
a
time.
stress reliever.
Holy shit, thank you, dude.
Dude, absolutely. I'm so glad it was that spirited. All right, let's get the fatty ready.
Alright, let's go.
What a crazy experience on track. Granted, it wasn't a fast track. It wasn't like long sweepers or anything like that. It was a tight technical track. There was no passing allowed. There was supposed to be a lead car so that you can follow lines and stuff, but I don't know what happened, but there was no lead car. So it was just kind of a free-for-all. I think there was a speed limit for lead follows on lunchtime laps, but we went way beyond that. So it was a pretty good first experience on track. The car is so freaking capable right out the box. And like I said, mine's basically bone stock, but there are a few limiting factors. I'm going to get into that. So number one, the seat. The seat sucks. There's like no bolstering at all. It doesn't hold you. I'm like forced to like really brace myself on the dead pedal and like turns and stuff. And this was quite a technical track. It was a short, low speed kind of technical track. So it was very difficult staying in the seat. You'd see me like kind of like adjust myself and like brace myself really hard on the dead pedal. So I think the seat is a limiting factor. Obviously, Corvettes are known to be comfortable and dailyable and all that. So if I do get into tracking, like seriously, that is like the first thing that I'm going to do is get a racing seat, because that was the most uncomfortable thing behind the wheel on a racetrack in the vat was the seat. And the second thing that sucked the most was the steering wheel. We all know the C6 steering wheel sucks. It comes out of a G6 and a Cobalt. It's not flat bottom, so it like kind of gets in your thighs, and I like to kind of sit close, especially for track driving, for the optimal seating position. So a flat bottom would be awesome, and also nubs on the steering wheel. If you don't know, a C6 is just round. It's kind of a big wheel as well, so it's kind of hard to handle, but that was another limiting factor. Also, I was like quite nervous, so my hands were sweaty and they were sliding all over it. There was no notches to like grip onto, so that's another thing that I would probably change is the steering wheel. The third thing is the brakes were surprisingly not confidence inspiring. I also didn't want to be like super hard on the brakes because they were just lead follow laps. We weren't going crazy. It wasn't a competition, so I didn't want to go, but like as I would get laps in and laps in and laps in, I was going a little faster, braking a little later, and they weren't very confidence inspiring at all. So I think maybe changing the pads would be in order if I were to go do like a legit track day. But I will say like my Genesis sedan's brakes are more confidence inspiring than the Corvette, which is like surprising to me, but I do have quite an aggressive pad on the Genesis, so maybe that's all it takes. Obviously some .4, I don't know what's in the car. I just, I never changed out the fluid. But if I do a regular track day, I think obviously like mandatory change the brake fluid, put some fresh .4 in there, and then maybe go for an aggressive pat, because they weren't very confidence inspiring from the get-go. But other than that, the car is so crazy capable. It sticks to the track. It's got plenty of power. The transmission is beautiful. Speaking of that, I told you guys in the beginning of this video, I actually learned manual on this specific car. It's like really difficult for me. I've been like trying to heel toe on the street. I don't know if I just sit too close or my feet are too small, but like it's hard to get heel toes on the street. But like today, miraculously, I was hitting my heel toes like a gangster. It was quite shocking. I don't know if it's just easier on track or the adrenaline's going, but I was like hitting them pretty well. I was telling Rob, he was kind of shocked because I told him like, I'm not the best at heel toe, but like I got on track and I was hitting my heel toes like nobody's business. So I was actually quite surprised at that myself. Like I said, I don't know if it's just the adrenaline or it's just easier on track. Who knows? But I was hitting my heel toes and that was quite reassuring to me personally. So, because I'm not the best driver, obviously, hitting heel toes is like a major thing on track. So I was quite happy that I was actually hitting them. And then obviously, aside from that, driver skill is like a big part of it. The Z06 is so good stock, right on the box, just take it on track and go. But driver skill is where I really need to improve, and that's like racing 101. But I didn't really know the limits of the car, and that's why I was kind of keeping my distance. And it was nice because there was no passing allowed. There was that Tesla behind me, like right on my ass. I don't know if that guy was just like overzealous, you know, instant torque, but like he was right on my ass the whole time. I was trying to keep my distance from the Mustang just to kind of like gauge my braking and how hard I can brake and how late I can brake, because I don't know the limits of the car quite yet. But in regards to driver skill, I will say the two big things that I need to learn just to be smooth. That's like my biggest thing is just be smoother. Smoother applying the brakes, smoother off throttle in particular. I wasn't doing that very well. Obviously the nerves got to me, but I would just kind of like let off the throttle and it would like kind of unsettle the car. So smoother off throttle in particular is something I need to work on. And obviously braking later. But like I said, this was my first time on track. The most time you'll get is braking as late as possible. And I got to learn that. I just got to learn the limits of the car and obviously change the brake pads to kind of, you know, justify the confidence to brake later in a corner. It was so goddamn fun getting on track. So this kind of lit a fire under my ass to like get into tracking more often and more seriously. But obviously tracking your personal car is very hard on the car. It's very expensive, but I think this is something that I want to do. So I have to kind of come up with some more funds to do this more often. But I also don't want to be too hard on my car, change the brakes all the time, and like really like, you know, wear and tear on this thing, because track miles are considerably harder on your car than street miles, obviously. And that's pretty much it. That's my first experience on track. Like I said, the C6 Z06 is so goddamn capable right out of the box. It really doesn't need anything. I would say like in the least, good tires, good brakes, and .4 brake fluid, fresh brake fluid, and you're good to go. Let me know what you guys think. What is a better car right out of the box? Obviously, the Z06, especially in today's market, isn't the cheapest thing, but like dollar for dollar, I would say that it's up there for probably the best track car right out of the box. But let me know what you guys think. I'm sure we'll have some Miata guys in here. But that's all I got. Big shout out to Rob for getting me out on track for the first time, popping my cherry with that. I'll leave his Instagram down in the description. Hopefully, in the future, we can do this more often. If you like this video, please hit like, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We do some pretty fun stuff on this channel. We do a lot of giveaways, some high dollar giveaways, and we're a very small channel, so you have a very good shot at winning some stuff. So subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.